So Endrick first became known to the wider footballing public after his debut with Palmeiras in 2022. The next few years saw him rise to become one of the biggest stars in Brazilian football and becoming known as one of the best youngsters in football, period. And it was clear that one of the biggest clubs in Europe would snatch him up at some point. It would end up being Real Madrid, who over the past, I don't know, 6 or 7 years have become kind of known to sign these very talented Brazilian forwards like Rodrigo, like Vinicius Jr. So they were trying to recreate that with Endrick here. But strangely, he just never got his time to really shine, bro. His first season there with Ancelotti, they had signed Mbappe, so it was kind of confusing where would his place on the squad be with Mbappe, Vini, and Rodrigo being there. It was a bit concerning to question where he would get this time to play. And then whenever he would get on the pitch, it wasn't like he had bad touches or anything. It was just he was kind of making wrong decisions, and he seemed kind of immature on the field. He seemed kind of out of place sometimes. There were moments of brilliance where he scored this amazing goal in his UCL debut against Stuttgart. That was a special moment. I still laugh looking at that goal because you know the balls he had to have to take that shit. He had Vinicius on the right, Mbappe on the left, and he decides from way behind outside the box to just have it, bro. No balls, doesn't think twice about it. He has character. That is something that I like about this guy. That's why I'm gonna say some things about him later in the video. So he scores that incredible goal in the Champions League. He has special moments. Scored a few goals in the Copa del Rey on their way to the final, where they lost to the best team in the world. And he was there. He was kind of growing as it went along. Then Ancelotti left. Xabi Alonso took the helm. They signed Franco Mastantuono, the Argentinian youngster. And it got even worse, bro, because there was just no place for Endrick to play. Plus, Gonzalo Garcia had an amazing Club World Cup where he was the top scorer for Madrid. And it was kind of like, where does this put Endrick? And he barely got any minutes this season under Xabi Alonso. Barely got any time. His last game, I'm pretty sure, was for Real Madrid in the Copa del Rey. And yeah, coming into January, it was pretty confirmed that they would be loaning him away for 6 months because he just wasn't getting the time that he deserved. And he is a player that Madrid still rate because they won't sell him yet. But he had to go somewhere else. So Lyon came with an offer. Real Madrid have loaned him out to Lyon for 6 months, and it is just showing what I believe was always there. Endrick in his last game against Metz was special. That first goal where he chips it over the keeper, that is pure striker instinct. You can't just teach that. He just has that very well, and he is someone, I've been looking at his highlights. He is someone who strikes the ball incredibly well. Like, he is a very good striker of the ball. If you see him shoot the ball, he hits it very hard. A lot of these players nowadays do not know how to shoot the ball like this. All of these very talented players cannot shoot the ball like this. Endrick is a special player simply because of how good he hits the ball, bro. And in terms of dribbling and the build-up, he's looked very clean. He's looked very good. And he just has this positive energy about him. I'm very much a Barca fan. My whole life, I dislike Real Madrid players very hard. I just can't stand them. But Endrick is kind of, he's a bit different, bro. He seems like a very nice guy. I remember in his last game for Madrid, he like took a shot and it just barely missed. So then he runs into the crowd and like hugs a kid and like high fives them, and it's from the opposing fans, bro. And he's a very like good guy. At the start, he got memed quite a bit because he was just clearly making up stories to kind of create this image of himself, like the Bobby Charlton shit where he claimed that Bobby Charlton was his favorite player, even though he was born about 50 years after Bobby Charlton retired, you know? There is weird stuff like that, but he is, for the most part, a very good guy. He's very smiley, very happy. At Lyon, you can tell when his teammates score, he's very happy for them. He jumps into their arms, he fucking boosts their confidence up. He's a very cool guy. He's a very Barcelona-coded player, bro. I believe he is one of my favorite people in the sport at the moment. Maybe not one of my favorite players because I don't think he's that good yet, but he is one of my favorite characters in the sport. He's very charismatic, he's very nice, he's very positive, and you can tell he's very well-intentioned, dude. And he has the quality. I see it there, bro. I've noticed it from the start. He is a very good striker of the ball. He has pure striker instincts, the shit that you cannot teach to some of these players, bro. And he's showing that at Lyon. He's showing that he has incredible ability. I, without a doubt, believe that at the end of the season he will be recalled back to Madrid under Arbeloa, a manager who does kind of value players like this a bit more. But I have an idea, bro. Endrick, man. Barca are looking for a striker, bro. Imagine like a reverse Figo. I know we don't have the funds for that, but I just can't help but think, bro. He has Barca DNA, bro. He's a good guy. He's decent. He's a good player. He plays beautiful football at times when he's not just shitting it up sometimes. He has the potential to be a very special player in football history, bro. And where better to do that than Barcelona, bro? I believe, man. I believe that's something that could happen. He is a very good player, bro. Just think about it, dude. Like, Rafinha on the left, Lamine on the right, Endrick through the middle. He'll be a very mobile striker. He'll move. He'll go wide and stuff. He's very, very fast, so it can help and counterattacks and whatnot. When Barca's playing against these top teams, imagine a little Endrick up there making runs. Lamine's trying to pick him out. Lamine with his amazing through balls trying to pick him out over the top. Endrick moving all over the place. Rafinha on the other side making runs as well, and Lamine just unlocking them, playing through balls. I think that could definitely work against these bigger teams. Obviously, against the smaller teams when they're just parking the bus and just staying back, it'll be a bit tougher to get him into games like that. But I believe that he could be such a help to Barcelona, and I really think the club made a mistake not signing him there unless he just chose differently, and we obviously just don't have money to just get players like that. But I think that would have been a very special signing had we made it, man. He is a very, very good player. I rate him so much. Seriously, I do. I think he is so good. And I think his energy would just help the club, dude. He won't have fun over there with Mbappe just ruining his mood, trying to just stat pad, and Vinny just crying about some other shit and barely getting minutes behind these players that aren't better than him. He would love it at Barcelona, bro. Imagine, just imagine what could have been had he come to Barcelona, bro. And if they don't decide to call him back for the summer and he stays another year at Lyon and or he just doesn't get minutes again once he returns, I think he should think about it, bro. And I think Barcelona should think about signing him. I've never felt this way about a player that I want to reverse Figo, bro. I've never wanted to sign a Madrid player ever in my life. But this Endrick guy, man, he's different, bro. He's different, man. He could, I think he could work out at Barca, but I don't know when was the last time I ever saw a Barca player in Real Madrid, Barca and, go to. I don't know, remember the last time a Barca player went to Madrid and a Madrid player went to Barca. That shit is long gone. The last time I remember that happening is like Ronaldo Phenomeno in the 2000s. When in the last 15 to 10 years has a Barca player gone to Madrid or a Madrid player gone to Barca? I haven't. I don't think I remember seeing that. Or am I just dumb? I haven't seen that, bro. So yeah, that's even in this landscape, it's a lot more difficult for something like that to happen. But I would love to see Endrick at Barca, man. And I think he has such ability. The way he strikes the ball, dude, that's something that always impresses me, dude. He shoots the ball from far, but every time you know he's gonna challenge the keeper, and he hits it so damn hard. Very, very good technique, very good power. He is a special player of a lot of character, dude. The shots that he takes sometimes, like where his first Champions League goal against Stuttgart, that shows you the character of these players, bro. He is someone to take the game by the scruff of the balls and just take responsibility, bro. And we need those kind of people at Barca. We need those game changers, man. But yeah, man. But most realistic thing that's going to happen here is he's going to go back to Madrid, rot on the bench, because he can't take Mbappe's spot, because he is just a pure striker. He can't take Mbappe's spot. Vinny's not going to come out. Rodrigo's ahead of him anyways. Gonzalo Garcia's there. Franco. He'll just rot on the bench, and then he'll just get sold to a nobody club because Madrid just refuses to do business with us. And he'll probably just get sold to the Prem and just make Prem teams stronger than they already are. And just give them more domination in European football. I hope not, though.